Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Slat here, and today I wanted to show you my new workout routine. So I used to do a push-pull leg split focusing on my upper body, and 2 months ago I decided to switch it up and emphasize my glutes. So I moved on to a 4-day split, so 2 days upper body, 2 days lower body split, and in this video I'm going to show you my lower body routine. So I know that summer's approaching and we're all trying to get ready for bikini season, and this routine is great whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. It's a great place to start whether you're getting back into the gym or you just want to switch things up. So from my personal experience, you don't need endless exercises to see results. I would suggest keeping it very simple, sticking to 4 to 5 exercises for each session at the gym. Although you don't need many exercises, you need to be mindful of the exercises you do choose. So when I was putting this workout together, I was looking to get 4 types of exercises included. 1, a bridge or hip thrust exercise. 2, a squat or lunge exercise. 3, a pull or hinge exercise. And 4, an exercise for your abductors. If you have these categories covered, then you're going to work your glutes completely, so working your upper, mid, and lower glutes as well as your hamstrings. So 2 things I won't be showing in this video, but that I do want to mention is that I also stretch 3 times a week just outside of the gym, as well as warm up before each leg day. If you are interested to see my stretching routine as well as my warm-up routines, let me know down below in the comment section. Alright, let's get into leg day number 1. So my first leg day is usually a little bit more focused on lifting heavier and getting stronger rather than doing more reps. In this workout, I am starting with the most taxing exercises first and working my way down. I also like to alternate exercises to avoid fatiguing the same group of muscles. So for example, if I'm starting with the squat, I will choose something like the hip thrust next rather than a lunge. That way I can work on my hamstrings and lower glutes and then get back to my quads after that. So the first exercise that I'm going for here is the squat, and I am working in the lower rep range at around 6 reps. Slowly progressing, trying to get a deep squat, which is more important to me than increasing the weight, as well as trying to get good form to really maximize what I'm getting out of this exercise. This is one thing that I have learned, is that there are many ways to make exercises harder before you even increase the weight. So it really needs to feel like it's easy for you, and that you've tried everything. So you've tried to slow down, you've gotten the form perfectly, and that you are comfortable with the weight that you're doing before you can move on to the next weight. The next exercise that I go for is the hip thrust, and that is the best exercise to grow your glutes in my opinion. And here I am warming up with a bit of a lighter weight and then going for only 2 working sets of a heavier weight, keeping my rep range in the 8 to 10 reps. Things that I am being mindful of is 1, choosing a bench that isn't too high or too low, so the bench should be at the level of your knees, as well as trying to have a 90-degree angle with my shins and quads. And I am also trying to internally rotate my pelvis so that I can get a better contraction in my glutes. To get that internal rotation, I'm thinking of tucking in my ribs and bringing my chin down, gazing forward. Next, I move on to the Romanian deadlift, which is great for building your lower glutes and your hamstrings. Here, I'm trying to push my hips back, stretching my glutes and hinging forward, not too far, just stopping at the level where my glutes can't stretch any longer, and that is going to depend on your flexibility. I'm also thinking not to bend my knees, really push my hips back, as well as trying to engage my lats, so really squeezing the weight towards you and keeping a little bit your chest up so that the lats are engaged, and gazing in front of me so that my spine is neutral. Moving on to the cable machine, where I like to do glute kickbacks and abductors. I usually superset the two just to gain a little bit of time back, since they're both unilateral exercises. And I usually go in the higher rep range here. I'm really trying to tire out my glutes. And again, I'm thinking of proper form, so you're trying to keep your hips leveled, and instead of kicking really in a straight line back, you want to kind of offset it to one side so that you get a better contraction in your glutes. I am also trying to avoid standing up really straight, so here I'm hinging forward and grabbing onto the metal bar. This will allow me to have more of a neutral spine and avoid hyperextending. I find that it also increases my range of motion a little bit. And last but not least, I am also working my abductors here on the cable machine, and I'm really focusing on controlling the movement and feeling the contraction. And for the longest time, I was avoiding to work out my abductors, but since I started incorporating this kind of exercises in my routine, I have definitely seen my upper glutes grow. All right, moving on to leg day number 2. So we're following the same principles, trying to include an exercise in each of those categories that we talked about. So my first exercise here is the hip thrust, and this time around I've lowered the weight and I'm going for 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps, trying to really feel the burn. Moving on to exercise number 2, which is the Bulgarian split squat. And here I am going for 3 sets of 10 ideally, and I am holding weights to increase the difficulty. Another way to increase the difficulty is to do a deficit Bulgarian split squat. So you would put one of the plates under your front leg so that you can get a little bit more depth in your Bulgarian split squat. Exercise number 3 are the back extensions, and here I'm really trying to round my back so that I can focus on my glutes only, and I am doing 10 to 12 reps on this exercise for 3 sets. I also like to incorporate some goblet squats here, doing 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps with the kettlebell. And this exercise is technically optional since I already included lunges in my routine, but I just personally like to add a little extra to target my quads. And last but not least, these ones really burn. I like to finish it off with clamshells. So I am doing 10 to 12 on each side for 3 sets. Now I have been doing this routine for 8 weeks only, and I have definitely found it challenging. So I just want to caution you, if you need to make certain adjustments, please do so. This could be adjusted for beginners, intermediate, and advanced lifters just by kind of playing around with the volume that you're doing. So you don't necessarily need to do as many sets. If you feel that 2 working sets are enough as a beginner, that is totally fine. You just want to feel like you are targeting the right muscles, just to be mindful to take the rest that you need to recover. So if there's a week where you need to skip a workout or you need to just take it a little bit easier, that's totally fine. I actually felt like taking a deload week after 4 weeks of doing this workout, so it was definitely challenging for me. Now, from personal experience, I know that there are certain exercises that I prefer compared to others. So maybe this routine is not exactly what you're looking for. So just for the purpose of that, I'm going to put some alternate exercises for each of those 4 categories so that if you're trying to build your own routine, you have different options. I hope that this video was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comment section. I'm also going to put up my push-pull routine here if you're looking for a little bit of a different workout, less focused on glutes, and I will see you in the next video.